Wow.
They said they were completely sold out of chicken, and I saw several employees behind the counter just talking amongst themselves, and nobody was making chicken. What I would say to those employers that say that they cannot afford to hire talent, I would say you cannot afford not to hire talent.
Oh, that's the word. That is the word. Say that again here, ma'am.
You cannot afford not to hire and invest in your talent.
Well, Tim, one of the highlights of my life and why we love doing the 2-day in-person Thrive 15, the Thrive Time workshops. These workshops are 15 hours of power. Our next one is coming up on February 24th and 25th. That is this week. You have a very limited time. We have 3 tickets left. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. But we have a letter that was sent to me from an actual Thriver who's been implementing everything that we teach at the workshop. We call this the win of the day, the win of the day.
Oh, yeah.
And when we get back, we're going to read. This is just a hot and fresh email that just came in this morning. I'm going to read it off. All of the wins that are happening inside a business that decided to take control of their destiny, to reject mediocrity, and to start bringing in great people and holding their people accountable to great standards. Because management, according to Rockefeller, is really just teaching average people to perform great work. That is so hard to do. Easy to say, but so hard to do. When we get back, Tim, we're going to get into the details of how to teach average people to do great work. So Thrivers, I encourage you right now, get out a piece of paper, get out an iPad, get ready, because I'm going to go through the specific action moves that this real-life Thriver in Florida is doing to completely change the way that they do business. And the great thing is you can implement the proven systems that they're doing right inside your own business. Stay tuned. ThriveTimeShow.com.
You're listening to the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on your radio. My name is Clay Clark, and I am back here with you on this beautiful afternoon, teaching you how to start and grow a successful business. Now, typically, we are joined with Dr. Robert Zellner, but today, he is off expanding his vast entrepreneurial empire while sitting on a beach, enjoying both time freedom and financial freedom. He actually is staying in a condo, I believe, and he's just having a great time. So, Dr. Z, if you're listening, we miss you.
We miss you.
But we had to move on. And so we have a pipeline of great talent. And so we brought on Tim Redmond.
Undoctor Tim Redmond.
He is a guru. Tim Redmond is a guy who grew a business from 2 people to 450 people. The business was sold to TurboTax, those people, Intuit. And he's been nice enough to join us inside the box that rocks. And we have Miss Stacy Purcell, the CEO and president of the Purcell Group. And we're talking specifically to the employers now that you always have to be looking for top talent and be ready to hire. Here's a notable quote I want to read to you from Jack Welch. He says that who's Jack Welch? He grew GE by 4,000% during his tenure. Not 400% or 40%, but 4,000%. And here's what he says. He says, if you pick the right people and give them the opportunity to spread their wings and put compensation as a carrier behind it, you almost don't have to manage them. And so we have a Thriver who is a member of our Thrive community, and we've been coaching this business up for a while. They're in Florida, and they're having a huge win. They emailed us today, and so here we now are going to go into today's win of the day. Oh, wow. Here we go. You know, my win of the day sound effect didn't sound like the win of the day sound effect. It sounded sort of like a depressing, Can we try that again one more time? I'm not really sure what just happened there.
It sounded like a hurt penguin or something.
There it is. Win of the day. Woo. Sounded like an injured penguin there. That was very incredible. So this is the thing, Thrivers. They have a pizza business, and this is what they say. It's called Fine Folk Pizza, by the way. It's in Florida. Great business, real deal. Google it. Check it out. Fine Folks Pizza in Florida. And they said this. They now have an improved system for training and motivating their employees. Their leadership team has now new tools for success. Here's where they get into the specifics. They introduced a carrot and stick program. Tim, let's talk about this real quick.
Ooh,
so they have a business, and they want to offer excellent customer service. And now they have a system where if you don't do excellent customer service, you get a stick. Ow! And if you do things right, you get a carrot. Yay! Tim, that sounds very barbaric. What would you say to the listeners out there who say, listen, I just want my people to do a good job, and I'm not going to give them a carrot or a stick. I'm just going to ask them to do their job.
Right, and that is usually a very unmotivated group of people. Just the basic foundation of motivational science, what gets people in motion, is the pain-pleasure principle. You've got to do things to either avoid the pain or gain the pleasure. That's where your carrot and stick comes in. There's so many people, Clay, that they will say, well, I just believe in positive reinforcement. I only have the carrot, no stick, no stick at all. All right, and there's no threat and there's no motivation. There's no pain, no motivation. You need both, carrot and a stick.
You know, Tim, I have audio. I have live audio from one of the most effective managers in American history. Can I play that for you?
Let's do it.
Here we go.
Lord Vader, this is an unexpected pleasure. We're honored by your presence.
You may dispense with the pleasantries, Commander. I'm here to put you back on schedule.
I assure you, Lord Vader, my men are working as fast as they can.
Perhaps I can find new ways to motivate them.
Oh, he's such a good motivator. It sounds like Darth Vader's using the stick there. He's kind of intense. I mean, I don't know if you always have
it's
to.
an invisible stick because they float up, they float up, and then they just get like they're in there like they're neck crushed or something invisibly.
Yeah, he uses the Force. It's kind of a scary thing. Now,
Don't we teach that in our system there, the invisible
we
stick?
do not teach how to use the Force at our 2-day in-person Thrive Time workshops that'll be held this Friday and Saturday. To get your we have 3 tickets left. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. So, but in all sincerity, you have to have a stick in place, but you also have to have a carrot. People have to want to do the right thing. Now, here's what's happening. Someone listening right now is saying to themselves, you're saying, I want to put in a carrot and I want to put in a stick, but if I did that and I were to actually give people a stick, I would give them a penalty if they didn't do a good job, then I might lose people and I don't have anybody to replace them with, and so I'll just put up with it. And you do it long enough, pretty soon it becomes your normal, and then you hate your own job, but it's weird because you're self-employed, so you hate your own career, which is bizarre, which is where Stacy comes in. So Stacy, if there's an employer listening right now who has kind of a scarcity mindset and believes that it's really impossible to find good people, how can you help them?
So when an employer contacts me, I first find out what exactly it is that they need, what they want this person to accomplish. And then we start out by discussing their qualifications and what success would look like in the first 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months of this person. And then our search firm identifies people that has those qualifications, and we seek them out, and we look for the top 10% of people. And most of the time, those people are gainfully employed. They're highly regarded, and they're not necessarily ready to make a move. And
wait a minute. You said the top people are usually gainfully employed. They're not just sitting around hanging out, looking, sleeping on their mom's couch, looking for the next job opportunity?
Absolutely not. They are working hard. They've got their head down. They're highly regarded by their employer. They're probably very compensated very well, and most likely they're happy with what they're doing now.
Now, Thrive Nation, here is the little nugget here. The little nugget for you is when you find good people, they can get great things done. When you find good people, they can get great things done. So I'm going to give you a notable quotable from Lee Iacocca. And Lee Iacocca is the man who famously saved Chrysler. He's also the man who introduced the Mustang back when he worked at Ford. He took the job as the CEO of Chrysler for $1. He went in there and was like the turnaround expert that saved the company from bankruptcy. He did negotiate some government loans that Chrysler did pay back, but he really saved Chrysler. And one of the things he did is he fired a ton of people. And he found that really one person could do the job of 3 incompetent people. I mean, he just went in there and he was like, if you can do your job, yay. If you can't, get out of the way. So this is his notable quotable. He says, I hire people brighter than me and I get out of their way. I repeat, he says, I hire people brighter than me and I get out of their way. And I noticed that in our office here, Tim, John Kelly, who works with us, I call him the lead pipe. He's got kind of that Bostonian lead pipe sort of he's like, I just give me my to-do list and I swear I'll get it done. Just get out of my way.
And he will get it done.
He always gets it done. And so the thing about John is when I brought him on, I started him off the lowest level. He's working there doing search engine optimization. Then he moves up to doing some sales. And he moves up to do some marketing. Then he moves up to management. And now he's moved up to like an executive level management. He does a great job. But sincerely, if you tell him what to do and he knows specifically what to do, as long as you just get out of the way, he will always get it done. But there are some people that you give them something, and I don't care how simple it is, they're always going to say the following 3 things. They're going to go, I didn't really know what to do. That's my favorite one. I really didn't know what to do. The second is, there must have been a miscommunication because I really didn't know. Could you remind me? My third move is they say, could you remind me, Tim? Could you remind me what I'm supposed to do again? And you just see this over and over, and then you start
Send me a text reminder, please.
Yeah, please text me to remind me of the email. It's on and on and on and on. So the thing is, Thrivers, you've got to find great people. So Stacy, what does the process look like? If I'm listening right now and I'm sufficiently sold that I definitely need to bring in a top-level executive, I need to bring in a top-quality person, what are the steps for reaching out to you? How do I get started? Walk me through step 1, 2, 3.
So the first thing is to contact us, and our website is thepurcellgroup.com, and then we'll discuss the reason that you have an open position. Is it because of growth? Are you trying to replace somebody? What is the reason for the position being open? And then we'll discuss the qualifications that you need for the person to have in order to be hired. We'll discuss what you're expecting the person to accomplish in the role and what success will look like after they've been in the role for the first year. And then after we have that, then our firm conducts a search, and we look for people that have those qualifications. These people, like I said, they're in the top 10%. They're not looking for a job, so we have to find them and convince them to come and talk to you and sell them on the opportunity to work for your organization. And if you're offering them something better than they have right now, they might be open to making a move to your organization.
You said you might have to sell them on why to come work for an organization. Why is it so important that you are passionate about the employers that you are recruiting for?
Well, it's a two-way street. It has to be a win-win for both parties. And right now, the job market, it's truly a candidate-driven marketplace where candidates, good talent, have options. And your company is not the only option that they have. So our job, these are people that are not knocking on your door to look for a position. We are convincing them to come and talk to you. So we have to sell them on your opportunity and get them interested, and then you have to do that too in your interview process. You have to convince them why they should come and work for you.
Now, Thrive Nation, we must not settle for mediocrity. If you have a business right now and you feel like your team is not awesome, you're going to want to stay tuned, because when we get back, Tim is going to explain to us how he was able to recruit top talent for his business. I mean, they grew from 2 people to 450. How do you grow from 2 people to 3? That has to be kind of awkward. I mean, you're growing by 30% at that point. I mean, how do you grow from 3 to 5? Stay tuned. ThriveTimeShow.com.
Broadcasting from the center of the universe, featuring optometrist turned entrepreneur, Dr. Robert Zellner, and U.S. SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark. This is the Thrive Time Show.
All right, Thrive Nation, welcome back to the Thrive Time Show on your radio. My name is Clay Clark, former SBA Entrepreneur of the Year, teaching you how to build that good life. You see, so many of us get motivated. We go to these events, these seminars, these workshops, and we get motivated. There's so many motivational seminars. And I tell you what, there's a great place for motivation, but then there is also I would say it's like, I kind of look at it as like a pie chart, Tim, and it's like, to be successful, 1% of it is motivation, and then 99% of it is perspiration. Thomas Edison said,
get her done.
Yeah, Thomas Edison said that success is 1% inspiration, 99% perspiration. So on this show, we are dedicated to teaching you the specific techniques, the tactics, the strategies, the proven systems of millionaires and billionaires and how they built their businesses. And one of the things I see all the time, emails come into me, text messages come into me. People will say, I just can't find good people. That's why I love to celebrate Thrivers out there who are winning. And if you're just tuning in, we have a Thriver in Florida who sent us a very encouraging email this morning. And I want to share with you some of the highlights from this email. Wins of the day. Here we go, coming in hot and fresh. They said this: we are systemically reducing our cook times by 25%. We are having more fun at work. Noise making and dance moves when completing tasks or achieving has become more frequent. And one of his big goals, check it out, Thrivers, this is so exciting. This is exciting. He wanted to buy Bree, his girlfriend, an engagement ring, but he didn't want to do it until the business could sustain itself, so he'd have the money to afford the ring. And he just bought her a ring. Congratulations, Bree. You're getting married soon. We're so excited for you. This is a business called Fine Folks